Something felt off. He was yelling angrily, then stormed off, saying, "No way am I letting some old woman stay in my house anymore. I want a divorce." I was shocked by his sudden demand for a divorce, but I only had one answer. "Yeah, okay." "What?" Jack exclaimed, sounding completely shocked. "Are you serious?" "Hi, I'm Elizabeth. I'm 47 years old and work in an office. Jack, my husband of 23 years, is 50. He's a senior manager at a regular company. When we first got married, Jack loved me deeply, and we were happy together. But over time, our relationship grew cold. We have a daughter, Lily, who recently graduated from college. Once she started her job, she moved out to live on her own. After she left, it was just Jack and me at home, and we barely talked. When we did, it usually turned into an argument. Jack never helped with house chores. His laziness annoyed me more and more every day. One evening, I came home late from work. As soon as I walked in, I saw Jack lying on the couch, watching TV. He knew I had just come in, but he didn't say a word or even look my way. I thought, if you're home before me, can't you at least cook dinner or tidy up a little? But Jack never did anything like that. He was the type to leave his dirty clothes all over the place. "Can you at least put your clothes in the laundry basket?" I asked. "Yeah, I'll do it later," he replied lazily. "When is later?" "After dinner. I'm starving." "Where's dinner?" "Are you serious right now?" I snapped. "I just walked in the door. If you want dinner so badly, either wait or help me make it." "No way. I'm exhausted from work. And house chores. That's a woman's job. Stop complaining and just do it." The way you talk to me is so disrespectful," I said angrily. "Who cares? I'm the boss. Everyone at work loves me." "I don't believe that. I doubt anyone there actually likes working with you," I retorted. "That's enough. What a nagging wife you are. This is all your fault for working so late in the first place. It's the busy season. Everyone is working late, not just me," I explained. "Well, if everyone's doing overtime, they must all be terrible at their jobs," Jack mocked. "Don't insult my coworkers like that. Then quit your job if it's so hard." "Why should I? I like my job, and you were the one who said I could keep working when we got married. That was years ago. Now it's just pathetic that your company still employs someone as old as you." "Pathetic?" I shouted. "Don't talk to me like that. I'm just being honest. Now stop arguing and get dinner ready." "I'm done with this," I said, grabbing my bag. "I'll go eat out instead." "What? Seriously?" I didn't respond. I walked out the door, ending the ridiculous argument. That's how it always was with Jack, constant fighting. When our daughter Lily still lived at home, we had family conversations. But ever since she moved out, all Jack and I do is argue. I thought we got married because we loved each other. How did our relationship become so distant and cold? When Jack and I first met, he did everything he could to win me over. He was kind, attentive, and went out of his way to make me happy. He proposed to me, and back then, I thought being loved and getting married was the ultimate happiness for a woman. Now the fact that Jack had turned into someone so distant and uncaring made me feel disappointed and angry. Over the past few years, I started noticing things that didn't feel right. I even suspected Jack might be cheating on me, but he was always careful, and I couldn't find any solid proof. I thought about hiring a private investigator, but a part of me still wanted to trust him. After 23 years together, I didn't want to give up on our relationship. Even though things were tough, I kept working hard at my job and managing the house. Then, one day, Jack said he had something to tell me. "What is it?" I asked, feeling uneasy. Suddenly, Jack exploded with anger. He yelled, "I can't stand being around an old woman anymore. I want a divorce." I was stunned, but deep down, I wasn't entirely surprised. "Yeah, okay," I said calmly. "What?" Jack looked completely shocked. "Are you serious? We're talking about a divorce, right? I know what it means. It's the end of our marriage. Don't you care about what people will think?" "I don't care. Plenty of people get divorced. Why should I be any different?" Jack hesitated, looking confused. "I didn't think you'd agree so easily. You're the one who brought it up. What were you expecting? That I'd beg you to stay?" "No, I just didn't expect this," Jack admitted. "Then let's get it over with. Do you have the divorce papers ready?" "Not yet," he said, clearly caught off guard. I shook my head and sighed. Seriously? You brought this up without even being prepared? How typical. Shut up. I'll go get them now, Jack yelled and stormed out to find the papers. When he came back, I looked him straight in the eye. Are you absolutely sure about this? Just sign the damn papers, he shouted. Fine, I said. But let me make one thing clear. I'm not the one who's been unfaithful. Why are you suddenly saying all this? I told you I'm not having an affair, Jack yelled. Honestly, it's more suspicious that you're denying it so much, I replied. Let's just sort out the property and make everything clear. Jack looked surprised that I was so calm about the divorce. I guess he didn't expect me to agree so easily, but with the way he'd been treating me lately, who wouldn't want a divorce? I had a stable job, and we had no financial problems. I didn't need him to live my life. After the divorce was finalized, I called our daughter, Lily, to tell her about it. As expected, she was shocked at first. But then she said, Honestly, Mom, I'm not that surprised. I've seen how he talks to you, and I get why you'd agree so quickly. By the way, I asked, has he called or texted you since the divorce? Not yet, but I'm sure he'll try today. Jack always spoiled Lily to make up for the fact that he wasn't around much when she was growing up. But Lily didn't have much respect for him. When she was little, he was always too busy with work to show up for school events or parent-child activities. It made her feel really lonely, and as she got older, seeing how he treated me only made her dislike him more. Honestly, Mom, he's such a jerk. The worst father ever. Oh wait, he just texted me. What did he say? He said he's lonely and wants me to come over. I sighed. Well, you don't have to go if you don't want to. I don't want to see him at all. But I'm so glad I can see you without any drama now, Mom. Let's go out for dinner sometime. Of course, I said, smiling. Yay, but seriously, Mom, why did Dad ask for a divorce so suddenly? It's weird. Well, I said, thinking back, he kept denying he was cheating on me, even though I never asked. Maybe he's actually having an affair. If he is, that makes him an even bigger jerk. Yeah. But I'm just guessing. If it's true, I don't ever want to see him again. After we finished talking, I hung up the phone. About a month later, Lily and I met at a cafe. Mom, it's been a while. You look amazing. You're glowing. Thanks, I said. Maybe it's because I'm finally stress-free. You're living on your own now, right? Yeah, I moved into an apartment near my office. The commute is easier, and I don't have to clean up after anyone else anymore. I have more time to spend with friends and enjoy my hobbies. I'm just happy now. That's so great to hear. Honestly, I wish you divorced him sooner. You're right. Who would want to stay married to someone with his attitude? Exactly, and the way he talked to you. Did you know he called you an old hag? He actually said that. That's disgusting. Lily looked a little uncomfortable and hesitated before speaking again. Mom, remember when you mentioned Dad might be having an affair? Yeah. Well, I got curious, so I hired someone to look into it. I blinked in surprise. You did? Did you find anything? She handed me a folder. Here are the results. My heart raced as I opened it. Inside were pictures of Jack holding hands with a younger woman, laughing and looking happy. There were also photos of them entering hotels and other places together. So he was cheating on me, I said quietly. Yeah, Lily replied. There's no other explanation. I felt a wave of emotions, anger, sadness, and relief. I had been right all along. Jack had left me for another woman. Huh? Mom, there's no time to feel sad about this, said Mia, my daughter. We have all the evidence. I think it's time to get alimony from Dad. I know, I said, but how did you pay for the private investigator? You don't need to worry about that right now. Once you get alimony, it'll all work out. But I'm not sure how to prove his cheating. He could claim it all started after the divorce. Actually, Maya said, smiling slyly, I already have solid proof. What? What do you mean? She pulled out another document and handed it to me. These are screenshots of Dad's chats with his girlfriend. I stared at her stunned. How did you get this? Well, she said, grinning, I visited him one day. I cooked him a nice meal and made sure he had plenty of wine. He was so happy and drank way too much. When he passed out, I used his fingerprint to unlock his phone and took screenshots of his WhatsApp messages with her. Then, I sent them to myself. "Oh, Mia, you're amazing," I said, my voice full of pride. "I couldn't just stand by and let him get away with this after everything he's done to you. Now we have enough proof to win." "Yes, you're absolutely right. Thank you, Mia. We'll fight him and his girlfriend together." A few days later, we arranged to meet Ryan, my ex-husband, at a cafe. Mia came along with me for support. When Ryan saw us both, he frowned. "Why is she here?" he asked, pointing at Mia. "I don't want to see you either," Mia said coldly, "but I'm here for Mom. We have something important to discuss." "What do you want now?" Ryan asked, already defensive. "You were having an affair, weren't you?" I said calmly. Ryan scoffed. "I told you during the divorce. I wasn't cheating." "Well, you can't fault the evidence we've collected," I replied, pulling out the photos. I spread them across the table. Ryan's eyes widened. "This is ridiculous. I started seeing her after we divorced, so this doesn't prove anything." "Actually," I said, pulling out the screenshots, "there's more. These are your WhatsApp conversations with her. Look at the dates. They're from before we divorced. This is solid proof of your cheating." "How did you get this?" Ryan demanded, his face pale. "Remember the night Mia came over and made dinner for you? She looked at your phone while you were passed out." He went through my phone? That's completely inappropriate," Ryan shouted. Mia glared at him. "Don't talk about inappropriate. You destroyed this family, and now you're mad that we found proof. Spare me, I can't stand you." Ryan's face turned even paler at her words. "Mia, you don't mean that." "I do," Mia said firmly. "I hate what you've done to Mom, and by the way, we're demanding alimony. We have all the evidence we need." "You can't," Ryan protested. "We're already divorced. I don't owe her anything." "Actually, you're wrong," I said. "The law gives me 3 years to file for alimony in cases of adultery. It's only been a month since the divorce. I've got plenty of time." Ryan's shoulders slumped. "Oh no. We're done here," I said, standing up. "From now on, we'll handle this through a lawyer." Before we left, Mia turned to Ryan. "Dad, one last thing," she said. "What?" he asked. "You have no right to call Mom names like old hag. And honestly, you're an old fool to me. Stop acting like you're so important while treating people like dirt. If you act like this at work, I bet your colleagues hate you just as much as I do." Ryan sat there speechless as Mia and I walked out together, leaving him to face the consequences of his actions. Mia didn't hold back as she fired back at Jack with everything on her mind. Jack just sat there, shocked. He was speechless, his face turning pale as tears welled up in his eyes. Mia and I didn't even say goodbye. We just left the cafe together, walking out of his life for good. After that, we headed straight to confront the woman Jack had been seeing. We met her at another cafe. When Mia and I arrived, she was already sitting there, smoking a cigarette, waiting for us. "What do you want from me?" she asked in a snarky tone. "I want you to pay alimony because you're involved with my ex-husband," I said calmly. She scoffed. "What alimony? I didn't start seeing him until after he was single. That's not cheating." I pulled out the same evidence I had shown Jack. "This proves you were having an affair with him while we were still married. My lawyer says I'm entitled to alimony." She rolled her eyes. "You're divorced now. You can't get alimony anymore. You're an idiot." "Just like my ex," I shot back. "Seems like you two have a lot in common." "Who are you calling an idiot? You old hag?" she snapped. I wasn't going to back down. "That's what my ex used to call me. He thought it would hurt me, but it didn't." She sneered. "What's the point of dating an old woman like you? You're just covering your age with all that makeup." Mia cut in, her voice full of anger. "Who do you think you are? You're just as old as my mom, and you're a part-timer, right? I'd rather have a mom who's been working a full-time job in a position way above your level. She's more independent and respectable than you'll ever be." The woman was stammering now. "Wait, I wasn't making fun of you for being a part-timer. You're not even close to being as good as my mom." Mia shot back, her voice sharp. "Ew, whatever, I'm done here." The woman stormed off in a huff. I was proud of Mia for standing up for me. I took a deep breath and turned back to the woman's retreating form. "Just so you know, even if you're divorced, The statute of limitations for alimony related to adultery is 3 years. She froze. You're lying. Nope, I said. It's the law, and I've also sent a little surprise to your house. Your husband's going to know all about your affair now. She turned back to face me, her face turning white. Wait, you can't do that. What if I got divorced, huh? That's your business, not mine, I said calmly. But you destroyed families, and now you're going to face the consequences. The woman stood there, completely stunned, as Mia and I walked out of the cafe. We left feeling lighter, knowing we'd taken control of the situation. After everything, both my ex-husband, Jack, and his lover paid me the alimony. The woman's husband also took legal action against them. They ended up living in extreme poverty as a result. Oh, and I also sent the evidence to Jack's workplace. His infidelity spread throughout the company, and I heard he was removed from his senior manager position. My daughter works with someone from Jack's company, and she told me Jack was the most disliked senior manager there. When he was removed, everyone was celebrating. It wasn't hard to imagine why. I couldn't help but laugh, picturing how satisfied everyone must have been with the outcome. The one thing Jack had, his high-paying job, was taken from him, and now no one cared about him anymore. At best, he'll live the rest of his life alone and isolated. Meanwhile, I'm thriving in both my career and personal life. I visit my daughter and friends often, enjoy my hobbies, and live life on my terms. I had no idea Jack, who constantly belittled me, was such a terrible husband and a cheater. Thankfully, I have an amazing daughter. She's like a Mission Impossible agent, coming up with such a clever plan to expose her father's affair. The way she helped prove the infidelity and secure the alimony was incredible. I'm so proud of her, and I know now Elizabeth is finally free to live her life however she wants. Thank you for watching until the end. Please subscribe to the channel if you liked this story. See you next time.